All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please take the time to subscribe and turn the bells on for notifications if you like the videos we're putting out. So this video is a much anticipated review of arm wrestling straps. It's taken me quite some time when we first got the idea to do this. It's taken me quite some time to amass the straps. We've got a strap coming from Canada, we have another one coming from Sweden, and then obviously we have Mazurenko's coming from Poland. So we finally got the last packaging, got to test all of them out. So this review itself is just really going to be kind of like a descriptive, like our take on how the straps perform and what they're made out of. Not necessarily, we're not going to actually put anything out there about cost. I'm a believer that, you know, these things are such a narrow margin of cost that if you really want a good strap, you're going to be willing to pay a couple extra bucks because you're going to get something that lasts longer and is easier on you. So I will try and link as much information in the description for these, for the providers and the websites that they sell from, if they sell them on websites or Facebook. I'll try and put as much information in the description of the video as possible. So I kind of have these separated, not by, you know, quality or anything, but really the older, more established straps, the ones that I've had longer and are more mainstream, and the newer ones. So first off, I mean, we can talk about the Mazurenko strap. I think this is the most widely used strap around the world. Slotty Tur, everything that's done is with the Mazurenko strap. Big points about this is we have a plastic buckle with teeth on it, and then we have a nylon. It feels like a single ply nylon strap. It does have the words on it, so it's aesthetically pleasing. It also has a patch here. This strap, that I've used this quite a bit, and what I did notice is this buckle portion right here starts to bend. So this is lightweight. All of it, the nylon itself is lightweight, and eventually the teeth portion of the strap did break. I did use it a good amount. But it did break, and what I did notice is when you really crank this thing down, that for whatever reason, maybe it's because it's single ply, when you really crank it down and tighten it up and you get to pulling hard, there is a little bit of slip in this strap and a little bit of give. Now, if you're a top roller, you might want that. Depending on your style, you might not. But this is kind of the standard worldwide use strap. The next comparison probably would go to the WAL strap. I think this is the second generation. It's slightly wider than the first generation. The big difference here is the metal D-rings, the smooth metal D-rings. So obviously we all saw Michael Todd and Jerry Cataract slip out of the straps and everything that came of that. I do believe WAL is making some changes to their straps, probably because of that. And when you have, basically really what it is you have a smooth D-ring and then you have really smooth, heavy duty, thick nylon. The positive to that is the heavy duty thick nylon, being that it's not a real wide strap, when it's around the lower portion of your arm, below your wrist, it'll really bite in there and you're not going to get a whole lot of slippage up. I have never personally had the strap itself slip through the D-rings. I've gotten it real tight, and personally I like the strap because I'm able to execute well in competition with the strap. Now to practice with it, I never use this to practice unless I'm preparing for a WAL tournament or event and I want to get used to this strap. These D-rings, when they're on the back of your hand and you crank that tight, can create almost like nerve damage. It gets so tight. So you'll wind up with bruising and things. But as far as performance in competition, I've never had an issue. I actually like the bite of the strap. The next one is the Armforce strap. I've had this forever. It's lasted, it's held up forever. I know a few smaller leagues have adopted this strap. I think they made a second generation of it, but really it's the same deal. With this, you have a thick nylon that is similar to WAL, but not quite as thick. So it's a little bit more giving. But unlike the Mazurenko strap that will bunch up because it's one ply, this is thicker and won't really bunch. You have the plastic buckle with teeth, and it's very high quality and very heavy duty. No breakage like the Mazurenko strap, and I've never dealt with any real slippage. What I have noticed though is because of the smoothness of the material, you sometimes can get some slip on the bottom portion of the strap. Now, on to the newer generation stuff. The first one is by Armsport.nu. This is Mikhail from Sweden. Got one of his shirts on. He sent me one. This strap is very similar to Armforce. It has basically the same feel, except it's a little bit thinner. It's smooth, it's forgiving, and it's pliable. And it also has the letters in it, so it's aesthetically pleasing. So you also have the plastic buckle with the teeth in it. I've used this a little bit, only a limited time. This is the last one I got. I haven't dealt with it slipping at all. However, the material used to make the buckle is somewhat lightweight. I don't know how it'll hold up. It feels stronger than the Mazurenko one, but it is a little bit lighter weight. All things considered, great strap, feeds in through nicely. That's another thing to talk about, the ends of the straps. So WAL has a point. They all have points except for Armforce. So that can make it tricky to feed the strap in as far as a ref. The next one is from Canada, Jason Tibuk from Canada. This strap is aesthetically pleasing, very heavy duty plastic buckle, and it feels like a single ply nylon, but it's very pliable and forgiving. Very nice strap, long point, easy to thread through, and it's very, very, very pliable. Used it once, did feel like there was an issue in slippage here, but I feel like it was mainly because the strap was brand new. I like this strap a lot, like it's very, very high quality. And the width is good, slightly wider than some of the other ones. All things all around, great strap. So the next one is from Lion Straps out in California, I believe. This is Leo. This is the nylon that I like the best. And you can see this is 2-ply nylon. So it's like basically a nylon tube. Very, very forgiving. Does not beat you up, does not dig into your skin. Very, very flexible strap. Easy to handle, easy to use, and takes a beating. These straps, this material, I like the most. It also bites in very well. You would think maybe because it's smooth and forgiving, it wouldn't bite, but no, you can really get this thing tight. You can really crank it down, and it moves around enough that you can kind of manipulate it a little bit. And once it's in between your fingers too, that's another thing about in between the thumbs, this thing will actually bunch up and give a little bit so that you're not getting that hard separating feeling in between the thumbs. The only knock on this strap is the buckle doesn't have knurling. Don't know how important the teeth on the buckle really is. The buckle itself is very, very high duty, very heavy plastic. I have not dealt with any slippage on it, but I guess there is a potential for that. But all things considered, these straps are great and very versatile. Great, great practice strap. Just fine for tournaments as well, but great practice strap's not going to beat your arm up too much. The next one is from Albert Ding in Houston, Texas, and this is probably the most aesthetically pleasing strap that you can get. Very smooth, shiny nylon. It is not 2-ply, it's 1-ply, and you have actually a chrome metal buckle with teeth. The buckle itself, you would think with a metal buckle that you might have some type of like, it's going to dig into your skin. It really doesn't. No worse than the plastic, anything like that. He allows for customization. So this one has the Lethal Arms logo on it in silver. So as far as the look of these straps and the feel of these straps with this heavy buckle, I don't think anything really beats it. The one about the strap itself, when it's on, we're dealing with a little bit thinner of material, all right? So it's probably the thinnest of the group. It is very high quality and it's very dense, but it is very thin. Strap is very easy to put on, but until it's broken in, there is a potential for a little bit of slip. All things considered, the strap is totally top notch. And last but not least, we have Arm Assassin Strength Shops. A lot of you guys probably have this. It's still a newer strap. This is probably the most used strap I have here, just because I got several of them. But this one, I specifically brought one that's actually worn. So these straps, just like Leo's, same material, they will accumulate the chalk residue and everything will get in there, and they will start to stiffen up. All right, so that smoothness and concern, like a lot of these straps, when they're brand new and smooth, you might get a little bit of slip. But as you get the right amount of chalk in there, the strap will kind of tighten up a little bit, and it'll become a little bit more brittle. You can put these through the laundry. I have done that, and it freshens them right up. The big difference between the Lucas Raymond and the Lion straps is just the buckle. So slightly different buckle, actually a total different size. The only difference here is we have the teeth. The Arm Assassin strength strap doesn't slip at all. It's been adopted locally for tournaments, and I do believe that from my experience in practicing and everything, that these two are the best for practice. They're not going to beat you up that much. They're not going to create a ton of nerve damage. They're not going to really dig into your arm too bad. So very, very forgiving straps overall. Once again, not sure about pricing on these, but that's something that you guys can look into on your own and kind of figure out your own value system as far as how you want to rank them. I would say this: the newer generation is definitely leading the way, I think. These straps are quality straps, and they're going to continue to be used, I'm sure, elsewhere. But there are some great companies coming out with straps here, and that are actively competing with each other and doing a heck of a job. Everything over here is kind of neck and neck, and I feel like everything over here is head and shoulders kind of above the older generation stuff. I've had some generic AAA straps beforehand, and all of these straps on the table blow them away. But I would say, all things considered, I do love the two ply nylon. I love the feel and appearance of the Albert Ding strap, and both Armpro and Armsports are awesome. I really love the feel of this strap and the pliability and the overall quality. All great products. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too long and I gave you a good enough description. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up or hit me up in the comments. I'll give you a little bit more of an in-detail feel from my opinion of using these straps. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe and like. Tune back in next week for another one.